Hello again, everyone, and welcome back. Today I'm reviewing the new cigar from James Brown and his Oveja Negra factory. This is the revamped and re-brought back to life La Musa. This is the Toro 6x50. There is your density. Has an average to decent feel in the hand. Now the La Musa, some of you may remember it. Gary Griffith, when he was at the helm of the brand, had this cigar out. After a while, the brand was sold to James Brown and Oveja Negra. Well, James now has revamped it and revitalized it and re-brought it to the market. It is a Nicaraguan Puro, highlighted by a sun-grown wrapper and a Nicaraguan Habano binder. The filler is Nicaraguan. Comes in two sizes, Robusto and Toro. This band is totally new. La Musa means the inspiration, my inspiration, the inspiration. That would explain the lead-in, those ladies, usually an inspiration for something. So that's the long and the short of it. So let's get right to it. The new La Musa 2019. All right, this is a box press, or sort of kind of box press, soft box press. Has a nice little shine to the wrapper. Could give us a hint there what's going on. Now let's just give it a clip. These are roughly around $11 suggested retail price. Very good draw. There's a nice cedar. Some brown sugar, but it's more of a molasses to it. Nutmeg, black coffee, earthy black coffee. Quite a bit of black pepper. Black pepper is 7.5 at least, maybe close to 8. There's a lot of earthy black coffee and an earthy nutmeg. But you can't mistake the sweet cedar, brown sugar, molasses. Nice sweetness, but a great deal of darker notes. Thick. There's a thickness to this, the darkness in this cigar. So that's how you start. So we'll see where we are in the first third, but that's a pretty good start. Well, here we are at the first third. And, the initial assessment is accurate, I think. But his cigar really settled down and changed. It's now more of a dry cedar, and you can tell it's a dry cedar, but the giving it sweetness is a little like caramel and brown sugar. The molasses I spoke of is gone, but it transitioned, or in its place, there is leather, nutmeg, and black coffee. And quite a bit of leather now. It just really came out of nowhere. The initial light up, I didn't really get the leather, but I really got it after about an inch. The finish is nutmeg, leather, just ever so hint of sweetness there, which could be from it tastes like the caramel. Not a lot. I mean, just a little bit. Decent, above average lingering black pepper. Nice lingering black pepper. The black pepper actually on the front end has toned down somewhat from the almost 8 that it was. It's down into the 7.5 range. It's down. It's actually going to come across for most people as like a medium to full body, but it's very enjoyable. I think it's burning a little fast, but we got 21 minutes. I had the first third. We're looking at probably an hour or a little more out of a Toro. That's a little quick, but flavor wise and everything taken into consideration, I'm going to rate the first third at 93. It's very good. I like it. There's a lot of dark notes, a lot of leather and nutmeg, earthy nutmeg and earthy black coffee. But the sweeter notes are nice too. The dry cedar almost tastes like kindling. It's dry cedar. And the caramel gives it the sweetness it has. So there might be dashes here and there of cinnamon too. It's not a great deal, but there's some. But it's a good first third. Let's see what happens by the second third. End of the second third. And we are clipping along. This is a very short Toro. Now I'm looking for the band to remove here. In the second third, the coffee notes really rose. The leather notes decreased. The nutmeg is still there. Everything else was about the same. The cedar and the caramel are still there, but they sort of retreated just a little. But the black coffee really came out for some reason. But you know what? In the case of this cigar, it works. So I'm not changing the score. Normally, if coffee rises and I decrease. No, in this case, it works. Got to have it to see. So it's 93 for the second third. The finish is unchanged. It's medium to full. We're getting close to full body. We may hit it in the final third. But this is a good cigar, and the change it made did not hurt it. So I like changes in a cigar. I really do. I like when it's for the better or stays the same. I don't like it when it changes, gets worse. Who does? But it's good. So let's see what the final third brings. Well, we're down to the end. Woo-hoo-hoo. So let's wrap it up. Okay. We stayed on the same trajectory. In the last segment, the elevated coffee notes didn't hurt it because it really seemed to fit. They kept rising to the point where I decreased a point. Your flavor notes are there. The leather is very much manageable. It combines with the nutmeg. It makes a nice, leathery nutmeg flavor. And the cedar and the caramel decreased, just a tad more. Elevated coffee, and to the degree that it had to drop a point. Got very close, if not too full bodied. The finish is really unchanged, just not enough to speak about. Pepper's very good in a cigar, very good cigar. James had a good interpretation here of what Gary had with the cigar. The Emilio La Musa is quite different from when Gary had it, but it's very good. Overall score is 92.67. Pretty good. Pretty good. Very dark cigar. And it got darker as it went, but not to the point where you wouldn't enjoy it. It's a very enjoyable cigar. So there you have it. The La Musa 2019 Toro, 92.67.